First video, all right, first video of the page. Some of y'all know me from Facebook, from Twitch. For those who just might be new to the channel, welcome first off. In a past life, I still kind of do it. I stream video games online from Facebook and Twitch. I did that for about 2 years. I still want to incorporate it into my trucking career, but it's taking more of a backseat, and these type of videos are going to be what I'm going to try to do, a video a week once I get in a position to do so. But this video is going to be all about troops into transportation. All right. And it was a really good program for me. I had zero experience with heavy vehicles. I've never driven a semi. The closest I've been is, hauling some kind of a trailer, but even then it wasn't super extensive. But it's a 4-week program. It was the first 2 weeks. Guess what? Death by PowerPoint. All right. The instructors, mind you, really good instructors. They do the best they can to try to keep you engaged and entertained. But at the end of the day, 2 weeks of just death by PowerPoint. All right. So, and that's just to prepare you to take your CL or your CLP, your commercial license permit. You have to have that in order to go to the on hands training. So that's really it for the first 2 weeks. It's a PowerPoint. They give you access to like practice tests, and it's really up to you to study and do those tests, right? So you get this whole program from week 1 to the finish, and I just finished this past Friday, Saturday. It's currently Monday, or it's currently Tuesday, March 15th. This past Saturday, I took my state exam, passed it. I'm just waiting on the DMV. I went today to get my actual card, driver's license, but their system was down. We're moving on to week 3, all right, which is your first week of in-person training. You're actually hands-on driving, backing, all that. For me, I went to the Fort Hood location. The campus itself, from my opinion, it was fine. Nothing fancy. The trucks were not fancy. But think about it. Most of your students are people who, you may have been motor T, right? But you don't need fancy stuff for people who has either A, never driven a semi, B, some of the classmates I had never driven a manual vehicle before, right? And so like you gotta think like you're having for those who have driven manual, you clutch, pull right out of gear, right into your next gear, right? Well, for those who may not know, double clutching, right? You clutch, put it in neutral, clutch again, and then put it in gear, right? And so upshifting, you have to make sure your RPMs that are at a certain speed or a certain level. Downshifting, you have to make sure your RPMs at a certain level, and you have to be at a certain miles per hour, right? So quite different than just your regular synchronized your synchronized transmission, right? So week 3, day 1, you're going over your first morning, like 2-3 hours. You're doing a pre-trip, right? You're learning about pre-trip. It's a PowerPoint. That's really it. There's nothing to it. You're just learning about pre-trip, and it's daunting, right? For me, like from my experience, I've never done it before, right? Pretty daunting. I was like, man, that's a whole lot of information. I'm not the smartest guy around. But they do a really good job of teaching you, and you do pre-trip twice a day for 2 weeks. You'll be fine. Just make sure you do your due diligence and study. Week 3, day 2. Backtrack. You do get in the seat of a semi. You start driving around the range. Driving, meaning you're backing up, right? You work a straight line backing for day 1, day 2. You test out on day 3. All right, so that takes us to Wednesday. And between Monday and Wednesday, you go out on a road in an automatic semi just to kind of get the feel for driving something that big. You are on public roads, but at least for the Fort Hood location, it wasn't really, they weren't busy. Right? There's some traffic, but nothing to be real worried about. And so You test out on straight line backing around day 3. I'm just gonna say around because I think, you know, some things it's a, you know, it's a fluid scale. It changes. So after straight line backing, you start offsetting, right? So think about, you have 2 lanes, right? Like this, right? You start in this lane, but you need the trailer in this lane, right? So you back up and back, you know, offset backing. You do that for a few days and you test out on it, right? You get plenty of time to practice your backing maneuvers, all right? So that takes you all the way out to Friday, right? And between so depending on your class size, you'll have, like for me, I had 20 people in my class, right? That was a max class. So they split us up 10 and 10. 10 people would do backing maneuvers during the morning. 10 people would go out on the road. And then at lunch you switch, right? Or after lunch you switch. So between day 3 and 5, I think you get another 2 roads in there. So your second road is in a manual truck, it's shifting familiarization, just trying to get just breaking into the learning how to double clutch, learning how to shift, and so on and so forth. Road 3, all right. I'm sorry, road 2, you are bobtail. You're just simply in a tractor and you're going, right? Road 3, you hook up a trailer, all right. You hook up a trailer and now you're out on public roads, shifting really, and they took us down like main streets, right? A lot of lights, a lot of traffic, really you're getting a lot of practice up and down, right? And then at least for my class, that Saturday, right? That Saturday, it was veterans only. So all active duty, they got the day off, but for us veterans, we go in Saturday. For us, it was almost a half day. And it was strictly on the road, right? And it's just more just drive time, right? Getting your butt in the seat and just driving, right? Just practicing on things, left turns, right turns, whatever it is to get going, right? Sunday we had off, right? Sunday we had off, so that's the end of week 3, right? So week 3 recap, you have straight line backing, offset backing, your first 3 or 4, right? 4th road was for the veteran guys. Active duty, you get yours on Monday. But straight line, offset, roads 1, 2, and 3, and 4 for the veterans, right? So right here I have a basic pre-trip. I don't know what state this is for or whatever, but right, these are, and you have to touch on every single one of these things, right? So your steering box, your steering linkage, your suspension, your brakes, fuel tanks, your tires, suspension, your engine components, right? Your hoses, your wires, your lines, your coupling system, how to couple, how to decouple, your in-cab your in-cab inspection, your trailer, and air brakes, right? So, I guess this is a San Antonio one. Anyway, so there is a lot of information, right? Oh shit, hang on. There is a lot of information, to go around. That's it for week 3. So week 4, right? Last week, you're like, man, got a whole lot more to do. Really not, right? So, Monday, so some classes don't start parallel parking until Monday. We were able to do it a little earlier, which was nice. But you still get the same amount of days to practice before you test out. So in every procedure, every backing maneuver that you do a test out for the school itself. And then obviously for Texas, I don't know other states, for Texas, you have straight line, offset, and parallel for your state exam. All right. So week 4, Monday, you get there, and either you continue practicing parallel or you begin parallel parking. Again, the instructors will explain it to you, demonstrate it for you, and then now it's your turn. And what I really liked about the Troops in the Transportation program, you get out of it what you put in, right? They allow you, if you want to go to that truck and your classmates are like, I don't want to do it, you can go as many times as you want. Obviously be courteous, and if there's a line, get in line, but you can go pretty much as you want or need to. And if you're having serious issues, the instructors will hop in the cab with you and give you one-on-one help, right? And so that was really awesome to see. They truly want to help you and teach you, and they want you to pass your test. They want to help you get your CDL in order to go and get whatever job it is that you desire. But this is day 1, week 4, right? So you do that for 3 days. Again, you get roads. Again, active duty guys, you get road 4 during this week. Veterans, you start road 5. And again, all right, you're splitting 10 and 10. 10, are on the range doing backing maneuvers. 10 are on the road in the morning, and then you switch. That stays the same throughout this entire process. Excuse me, except for Thursday of week 4. So, Monday, Tuesday, you're working on parallel. Depending on how your class is doing, they'll introduce alley docking, right? So you got to think of a truck stop, right? You have all these lanes, right? So here's your lane, right? This is we'll do this way. I'm sorry. So you're driving through, right? We got to get in this lane, right? So you'll just do basically where you'll alley dock, right? If just use your damn imaginations. All right. So they introduce officer or alley dock to you. And again, you're testing out with the school on every maneuver you do. For Texas, we don't do alley docking on state exam as of March 15th, right? Or whatever last Friday was when I graduated. So you do that. Again, you're getting roads 4, if you haven't done it, 4, 5, 6, and 7, and all of week 4. So the roads, a lot of it was, man, you're just going down main streets, and just getting, just getting seat time, getting used to making your left and right turns with the trailer. And that's really it. Although there is one of the roads there, is strictly highway, right? So you're just on the highway, you're going 75, or for us, it was 75. That was the speed limit out there. And getting used to just driving a large vehicle at those highway speeds, right? And that was the entire route. I think it was road 5 or road 6, which was the highway road. And you're just basically just going straight, right? So other than that, it's a lot of turns, it's a lot of stop and goes, a lot of practicing for shifting. Now, for those that have the automatic restriction, I don't know what to tell you. I'm sure it's the same thing. You're just not in a manual transmission. But I didn't go through that particular course. Monday through Thursday, week 4, that's what you're doing, right? You're doing parallel, you're doing alley docking, and then that Thursday, right? The Thursday before the last day of your class, they set up an offset, a parallel, and an alley dock, and you get all day to practice it. If you have any remedial training, you'll get it done. And then you go home and you come back the next day, that Friday, and you're done. You go in for a little review, an AAR, if you will, with the class manager. And that's it. You go down, it takes about an hour and a half, maybe. You just kind of discuss. That's whenever, if you have feedback, you give it to them, right? Hey, y'all could do this better. Y'all could do this, or y'all did this really well. Whatever it is, you just give them feedback at that time. And that's it. And then obviously, at least for me being in the Fort Hood location, they schedule your state exam. For us, it's a third-party exam, so we test at the facility. Fortunately for me, I was the first one in the chute. All right, so I was, for my class, I was the first one to go. I passed. Overall, man, final thoughts on the Troops Transportation Program. For the Fort Hood location specifically, y'all guys and girls, there was a female instructor. She was awesome. Kind of didn't talk a lot, but she knew her shit. And but y'all guys over there at Fort Hood, man, y'all did a stellar job, at least for my class. Personally, I enjoyed it. I mean, I think what took me back, or I guess maybe what surprised me about the program, was how personable all the instructors were, and their like their willingness to help and create a welcoming environment. That was really cool from a student perspective. And that welcoming environment started day one when we were in the classroom, right? So I highly recommend the program for anybody who's looking to get their CDL, that is a veteran or active duty. I'll try to leave a link below to the website, right? I don't know. Everybody contacts somebody individually or separately, depending on your region. But 100% recommend it. Benefits paid, veteran benefits paid for it. The active duty guys there, some of them use TA, some of them use, I don't know. There's a lot of Army guys. I was Navy, so it is what it is for them. I don't know what they use, but 100% recommend the program. It was awesome. Instructors were great. The instruction itself was great. So really nothing bad to say about it. But yeah, y'all be safe out there on the road. Welcome again to the channel, Kept on Trucking. And hope to see y'all out there.